guys, it's Titus, and I'm gonna bring you my timeless Stamina Nightblade build. The good thing about this build is that you could use it in any patch, unless they change something really major with either sets. Then it doesn't matter which patch or DLC is released, you're still able to use this one. So here we go. So we start off with Titanborn, known her in front bar. We go with this one because of how the nature of the build is. So it gives you the ideal stats: penetration, damage, stamina. Now on a fifth piece, the lower the health you have, the more damage you do overall. And then I'll go for the mace to hand down that one. I think is overall better against different types of opponents, especially if you go against opponents that has a lot of shield or tanky opponents. And then you have double up poisons. You could use the crafted one or the crown, either way. If you don't want to use poison, then you can use the shock damage on that one. Now I went for shock because it does provide the vulnerability, so you do extra damage on them. Okay, on the back bar we have the Master's Bow with the Berserker Glyph enchant. Now anytime you hit your opponent with poison arrow, you get extra damage against them, weapon damage against them on that target. Now in terms of the trait, you can have different types of traits. The most common one is infused, which will increase the weapon damage enchant, but personally myself, I prefer decisive, just so I can have my ultimate active pretty much almost every encounter. So that's that one there. Now we have one piece Molokena. Now you could use any other one piece set if you want. Now you could either go for penetration for the one piece, or you can go with the spell weapon damage, or for weapon damage. Stamina on that one. Now in terms of the traits, I have gone with 5 well fitted and 2 infused. You'll see why. With the build as it is already, you don't really need as much impen, so this will just allow you to reserve more stamina during the fight. Now the second piece that we're gonna run is Eternal Vigor. Now this is a heavy armor set build, so this one here I went for infused. You can have tri-stat or go stamina on here. Now on this one here, the set is pretty much what you want when it comes to resource and tankiness. You get the recovery for each resource and health recovery, and you also have the health, so you can expect to more stamina in your attributes. Now you get the max stamina and max magicka when you're above 50%. 325 will go increase with the gold, and then but when you do go lower, you do get 976 health recovery while you go below 50. So that will go in turn with Titanborn. So with Titanborn, as you can see, when you're below 50%, when you're below 50%, you get 424 weapon damage and physical penetration. So what this set allows you to do is it allows you to stay in the fight longer with the maximum damage that you can do. And then and because with health recovery it doesn't get affected by Battle Spirit and then the healing debuff in Cyrodil or in Battlegrounds. So you could stay in the fight longer, and then you could escape. And then the last piece is Ring of the Wild Hunt. Now why I've chosen this is because I'm wearing heavy armor, and the sprint is very costly unless you spec fully into sprint, which you don't need to on this set. So by just equipping this, you could just walk normally, and then you have the running speed. And I kept it with the Swift onto there with the Stamina Recovery Glyph. So you could stay in the fight longer with your maximum damage, execute, roll dodge out because of the well fitted, and then go invisible and then just walk away, heal up, then go and reset again. So by just having this, you could just get out of the fight as soon as you've killed someone. Now on the other pieces of the jewelry, I have infused for the enhanced weapon damage, 2 infused and 1 swift. So as you can see the stats, it's not too bad. So this was with food. Then I've gone with the tri potions because you will need it for the invisibility. So as you can see, 3.5 plus the weapon glyph, so that's 4k, plus then the extra 300 spell weapon damage from Titanborn when you're below 50. It's 4.1, and then you do get the extra invisible weapon damage from the Master's Bow. So you all in all you have about 4.5k weapon damage, and then you do become a bit tanky as well, 20k resistance, and then your recovery, magicka, health and stamina, you're pretty much going to be topped up a lot during the fight. You notice in some of the clips I'll have full magicka sometimes, which allows me to go into cloak a lot or put in my shade. Onto that. In terms of the Mundus, we got the warrior for the extra damage and heal. Now the skills. Now you can have whichever skills you want. This is just the way that I have it in terms of playstyle. So I have Mass Hysteria, so I use this for either escaping So for defensive way or attacking, depending on the situation. So if I'm getting outnumbered, I'd use this raw dodge out, cloak, and then run, and then recover, and then go back in. Ambush, this one's only if someone's escaping from you. This one is more of a flex spot than anything, but what I do like about it is actually the power for the last, so all your light attacks increase by 40%, so usually if you need to finish someone off, you open up with this. Surprise attack, this is the Nightblade spammable. You reduce their physical resistance, and then then you do stun them. This is your finisher. So this one you always want this to be up and activated before you encounter. So usually what I do is you buff up, and then you just light attack and do poison arrow until you have 5 stacks, and then you're ready to go in anytime. Rally, this one is more of a activate and forget. This one's your big burst heal. If you do need to get a heal, you have that on demand. And then this is your main ultimate, so it plays a role. Every time you light attack, you also get the resource back, and usually I would have 120 ultimate, so I know that I'm going to stun and guarantee the relentless focus per proc. On the back bar I have Shadow Mage. This is more of like my escape route if I need it, if I know that it's going to be a hard fight in the group. Poison injection, this procs your Master's Bow. It's a good dot as well to get your 5 stack of relentless focus before engaging. Leeching strikes, if you have a lot to sustain already, then this one is a flex spot, so you can have. But for me, I like to be pretty aggressive, so I'm always in the fight a lot, so I have this up. Shadow Disguise, this is your main sneak in and out. Then Resolving Vigor is more of like, if you're taking a lot of damage, just activate that, and then click Rally, and then you get to max health straight away. Dawnbreaker, this one is, you can have whichever skill you want on here. I prefer this because sometimes when you go against a group and then they're a lot low health, then you can just activate that. Now you can use Undo, which will give you the minor protection as well, but because we're already tanky as is, we don't really need, well, I personally don't use that anyway, so this one's a good way to put Dawnbreaker and then finish them off. And then when it comes to heavy armor, max that. So this is the thing that we use it for. You get health recovery, and you get resource when you're taking damage. So you're constantly getting resource while you're in the fight. So they all kind of sync together. So especially with Titanborn and Vigor. So if they don't change anything major with this, this will be valid for any future DLCs onto there. So this one doesn't rely on proc sets because they can change that. So if someone like me who just likes to brawl, then this set, personally I've tried all the other sets, but this is for me one of the most successful builds I've made so far. Eternal Vigor is pretty popular with all builds, and the good thing about it is you can use it for Magicka or Stamina builds, or even tanky builds as well. This is a popular set when it comes to werewolves. Okay. Then you got champion points. You can put whichever one you want on here. I just put a pretty balanced set. Champion points. As you can see there, pretty balanced. So the good thing about this is you can use this in both Cyrodil and Battlegrounds. Now when it comes to combos, you don't really have a rotation because the difference between PvP and PvE is the situation. You know, you could do a quote unquote rotation, someone dodges or you get attacked from behind. You're gonna have to redo it all again. So usually the way I do it is go invisible, find a target, get your 5 light attacks in with a poison injection, just keep spamming poison injection, and then when you find your target, go invisible, go in, light attack, in cap, bow proc, then finish off with a surprise attack if they survive that. So that's usually the way they open up. Apart from that, everything is a small gameplay. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the build video, then I'll leave some clips for you in the gameplay.